The small town of Burnett is devoting this weekend to a hometown hero who lost his life while serving this country. So far this summer, we've only seen a handful of citations and arrests for BWI. And as the numbers are expected to increase, Officer Williams says it's important to be safe. Victoria Carr is only 9 years old and has a passion for art. This is just some of what's on display here at the Austin Children's Museum. The Manchaca Fire Department is responding to criticism after a fire destroyed a home in South Travis County. It's too soon to tell if this will be a new law on our Texas roadways. Lawmakers will meet to debate the issue at the next legislative session. You can call the Crime Stoppers hotline, use your cell phone to text the letters DPS to crimes, or use their website to submit a tip. Austin Humane Society says it has kittens galore, and for the first time, it's giving the furry felines away for free. Extra law enforcement will be on duty patrolling Lake Austin this weekend, looking for boaters who have had too much to drink while behind the wheel.
Our focus this weekend is making sure that the vessels, the boaters, the individuals that are out here having a good time do so in a very safe manner.
Starting Saturday, additional game wardens will be pulling over suspicious boaters to perform random checks. They will be looking for individuals boating while intoxicated, also known as BWI.
We've got to look for some of the dangerous behaviors.
Williams says officials aren't guarding these waters to give boaters a hard time. They just want to make sure the waters are safe for everyone and that boaters are in compliance with the law.
We'll be looking for boats that are operating in a reckless manner. So people that might be riding on the side of the boats, vessels that may be riding too close to each other.
The Water Safety Act allows officials to stop any boat for any reason to inspect its safety. That includes requirements such as having the proper number of life jackets on board, proper display of registration, and use of navigation lights. While drinking in moderation and driving a boat isn't against the law, boating while intoxicated is.
If you're the one that's behind the wheel, then maybe you're the one that shouldn't be drinking.
Willoughby has been an avid Lake Austin goer for years, and he says it's important that officials enforce the rules.
All good drivers are defensive drivers, so it's always really smart to be aware that other people may not be as sensible as you.
Eastwood says she doesn't mind the extra patrol because it's nice to have the police keep waters under control. So far this summer, we've only seen a handful of citations and arrests for BWI. And as the numbers are expected to increase, Officer Williams says it's important to be safe. At Lake Austin, Claudia Mickle, KITV News. Texas might join with the vast majority of other states currently using sobriety checkpoints to curb drunk driving. The stops will be random and tests will be performed every 6th or 10th car.
DWI checkpoints have been shown to decrease DWI incidents by about 20% around the country and other places that have it.
Austin Police Chief Acevedo and the ACLU's Jose Medina say getting drunk drivers off the road is a priority. It's the process of doing so, however, that has them and other Texans at odds.
When you have sobriety checkpoints, you really only catch somebody if they happen to be coming down that road. With saturation patrols, you identify a problem area and you increase your patrols there, and that's a more efficient way of catching people.
According to Medina, saturation patrols have a much higher percentage rate of arrests than checkpoints. Acevedo doesn't believe any new law is by any means unconstitutional.
Sobriety checkpoint ahead. Hello, Mr. Citizen, if you don't want to participate, here's a turnoff point.
Acevedo says there will be clearly marked signs stating that sobriety checkpoints are ahead. He says it's voluntary and motorists have the option to turn around and not participate.
The downside is you end up bothering a whole bunch of people that really did nothing wrong, and I think we can all agree that law-abiding people have a right to be left alone.
In general, I would think that you should have to have some type of reason to pull somebody over versus a checkpoint.
We hope that we can remove drunk drivers off the road before they kill, one of our loved ones or one of your loved ones.
It's too soon to tell if this will be a new law on our Texas roadways. Lawmakers will meet to debate the issue at the next legislative session. In downtown Austin, I'm Claudia Mickle, KITV News. Texas DPS implemented a top 10 most wanted list for sex offenders today. They are offering a $1,000 reward for any information that can lead to the arrest of these individuals considered dangerous.
Aggravated sexual assault of a child, indecency with a child by contact.
Leonard Eugene Wilson is at the top of the list in Austin for sexual offenses. The first was at age 13 with a classmate and later at the age of 21 with a minor.
Will I tell them anything? No. I will never tell them anything. He is my blood.
Irene Williams, Wilson's grandmother, doesn't feel that he's a criminal and says he doesn't deserve to be on this list.
I'm sorry he ran. No, I'm not.
Williams says it's hard for her grandson to find work because nobody will give him a job.
Once you get labeled sex offender, society throws these kids away.
Amy Gerard lives in the same neighborhood that was Wilson's last known residence, and she says she would want to know if there's a sex offender in her neighborhood.
I definitely want to know who he is and what he looks like, and, you know, probably make sure the shades are drawn a little bit more.
You're watching KITV News.
The small town of Burnett is devoting this weekend to a hometown hero who lost his life while serving this country. Funeral services for 28-year-old Army Captain Jason Holbrook are scheduled for tomorrow morning. Holbrook was killed last week in Afghanistan when his military vehicle was hit with an explosive device. His body returned home this afternoon. Hundreds lined the streets waving American flags, throwing yellow roses, and nearly every business closed its doors, asking everyone to come out and pay tribute to a hometown hero. Folks told us the show of support is proof of how much Holbrook meant to the community.
It lets me know that he did not die in vain, that he did die for his country and for what he believed in.
We've had tragedy in the past and shared in a very special and private and personal way, and this is just one more way to honor someone that has made an impact in our community and an impact in the country and served his country faithfully.
Folks out here describe the 28-year-old as silent but strong. A private service will be held tomorrow at the First Baptist Church of Burnett. His funeral will be done with full military honors. Today, we're learning more about the repair job at the Northwest Austin building a local pilot slammed his airplane into earlier this year. Repairs on the Echelon 1 building should be complete within 6 months. The property manager says cleanup of the closed building is nearly done. It was back in mid-February when the Echelon building was hit by the pilot of a single-engine plane who was upset over his tax troubles. The building housed IRS workers. One of them, Vernon Hunter, was killed along with the pilot. Some positive news for the local economy. Samsung's Austin plant is on a hiring trend. Today, the new employees met about an upcoming trip to Korea. The semiconductor company has recently enjoyed a $3.6 billion expansion. More than 60 recent college graduates now work at the plant, and the company plans to hire more. Starting tomorrow, half of the new employees will head to Korea for a 6-week specialized training course. You can build just about anything with the Legos. Check out these creations at the grand opening of the city's first Lego store at Barton Creek Mall. One of the world's Lego master model builders is in town this weekend. He helped build this 7-foot-tall sculpture of Woody from Toy Story. We're told the master builder will also construct an 8-foot-tall Buzz Lightyear, and you can help him out this weekend. But if you come out for the grand opening this weekend, expect a large crowd. High school students are drumming until they drop tonight. 40 members of the drum line are keeping the beat for 15 hours straight. Supporters pledged money to help the kids buy new equipment and pay for a trip to a drum competition. Right now, the drummers are playing in sections, but that changes at midnight.
We're going to meet up about midnight and put it all together. And then as the evening goes on and it gets late, we're going to have some fun contests that everything involves drumming, but some fun stuff for the kids to get them through the night.
The fundraiser ends tomorrow morning at 9 with a performance in the band hall and, of course, some breakfast.